Yo guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we are on a slightly different version of Euro Truck for another episode of the Trucking Career. Now, some of you probably know what I am doing, because if you couldn't tell from the UI already and by my head movements, I am playing Euro Truck in VR. I'm going to be doing an episode of the Trucking Career in VR today. So I just want to do a quick apology up front. I do apologize if this video is going to be a bit juddery or laggy or anything in that time in that terms, because sometimes VR can get a little bit buggy, but hopefully everything should all still be working completely fine. So I'm going to do a short journey today to show you what it's like in VR, but as you can see, we have got the lovely Scania truck up there, which is completely the same. So let's go ahead and select the job market and see what we can do. And I think you can already tell, already the judgery is, starting, and, you're going to have to expect that. I've done a few videos in VR already, and you are going to have to expect that, unfortunately. So I am currently here in Aarhus in Denmark from a few things that I've done. So let's go ahead and select route length going up, and we'll literally do like one of the shortest journeys. 11 hours. Would like something a little bit shorter, to be honest, but you know what? We'll do it. Why not? Heavy cargo. Wait, what is it? Bottled water. Oh yeah, that's fine. It is an articulated trailer as well, so this should actually be a good thing to do in VR. And as you can see, everything is fine, which is completely, which is awesome. Obviously, I am in VR, as you can see. I've said that about 1,000 times now. And, yeah, let's get going. And as you can see, we can literally just view around our lovely truck with no issues at all, which, honestly, is just fantastic. We've got the sat-nav down there because we don't need it. Let's go ahead and reset our position a little bit quickly. Look left and right. And we'll go over to the destination. I'll probably just cut all of this out because, no one really wants to see us just driving over to the destination. But yeah, it's actually a little bit laggy for me, but hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. And again, I do apologize if this looks really bad on the recording, but at least I'm trying something. At least I am trying it. So yeah, I'm going to get over to the destination, cut all of this out, and then we'll get to the exciting part. So I'll see you guys over at the depot. Okay, so we're here at the depot, and I may have solved the lagging issue slightly. I'm not too sure. Basically, the game was running at 119 FPS, and obviously the VR is only capped in at 72. So I've turned it down to 60 to hopefully improve the actual video recording and hopefully try and reduce the lagginess. But it might still happen. But I do apologize again if this is looking very bad. But let's go ahead and take the trailer. As you can see there, it is the articulated trailer. So let's go ahead and hitch up with the trailer. So we'll go ahead and reverse it right now. And, in order to literally look back in the trailer or in the truck, I literally have to look back in real life. So it probably doesn't do the audio any good because I'm literally, looking back in real life. And obviously the sound of the actual of the mic might cut out. But now that we've hitched up, let's get going. Now I have currently got the Great Step Pro Mods installation thing installed. However, when I open up the map when doing a job, the game crashes, and I was actually meant to get rid of that mod before starting this recording, but I completely forgot. Where is that trailer? Okay, it's cleared it. I meant to get rid of that mod, but I completely forgot that I still had it installed. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't open up the map because if I do, then I might break the game, and I don't really want to do this again, like setting it all up and stuff like that, because it's a little bit of a pain to get this VR thing it's a little bit of a pain to get the VR thing set up, because I have to keep you know, putting on my headset, taking it off, and alt tabbing and things like that. So it's a little bit of a, you know, it's a little bit tricky to try and get the VR thing set up. But once you get it set up and working, it's honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. And while we're driving, I might as well tell you how I set this up. So I'm not actually using like a, I don't know how to say this. Like, I'm not using like a Rift or, you know, something like that, you know, like something that you would probably expect. I'm using the Quest, and I'm actually using the Quest 1. Now, the Quest 1 is a little bit different to the Quest 2. With Quest 2, I think it's a little bit easier to set up than the Quest 1. However, with the Quest 1, I was having a few issues trying to set it up, and I think it's a little bit different. So what I had to do is obviously make sure that I set the Euro Truck beta to being 1.46 VR version. And then on the launch options menu, on the general parts, you know, where you have to like type in dash Oculus if you're playing with the VR, I had to type in dash open VR. And that basically launches Euro Truck into a VR supported thing, and through Steam VR, when I launch Virtual Desktop on my VR and on my desktop as well, or you can use the link, so like Air Link or the Oculus Link. That's how it then goes into the VR headset. The thing is that when you launch into the VR thing, the thing for me launches like way down there, and what I have to do is I actually have to press F12 on my keyboard to get it centered, because F12 resets your head tracking position. Now I've mapped F12 to a key on my wheel, so I can basically, you know, map it or like recenter my headset, you know, really quickly. And in order to actually like see this very well, I have to be tabbed into you know, I have to be tabbed into Euro Truck, because sometimes it can get a little bit interesting, but you know, it isn't too bad, because you can enable pass through on the Quest, which basically allows you to pass through and then like look at the stuff in the real world through the sensors. So yeah, it is a little bit tricky to get set up, but once you know, fully get it set up, it looks really good. So let me get my head centered again here, because it can get a little bit weird. And that car should be more zoomed out the way. I don't know why this truck is not going as quick though. So yeah, that's how I got the headset working, and yeah, it's not too bad. It probably takes like 10 minutes probably, or even 5 minutes, you know, if you can go really quickly. Obviously, I had to then set up OBS and things like that, so it can get a little bit interesting. I had to make sure that I set the audio devices correctly as well, because Oculus loves to auto select the VR headset, which I think I can disable, but I don't really want to do something that's going to mess up this entire thing. So again, I just have to enable my headset, and that's basically it, basically. If that even made sense, because I just said basically 3 times, and I didn't mean to. But we are now on the road, trucking. I think we're on the highway now. And we can get, and we can relax, look at the scenery, and talk about a few more things. So something else as well that I think I've improved since the last video is my setup. I have now got my Thrustmaster wheel, if you couldn't already tell. I did a video on the main channel where I got my Ferrari wheel, like unboxing it and stuff, and I've also done a video on my Factory Vlogs, no, my Factory Plus channel, sorry. I forgot that it was called, I forgot that I renamed it, of just getting the whole new setup in itself. So yeah, I am running now with my Thrustmaster setup, and it is pretty good, but obviously I did my review of the new wheel on that thing anyway. I kind of need to be in that lane. Oh, we're getting a little bit of lag. Actually, we can turn off on this lane actually then anyway, so it's not too bad. But honestly, playing ETS in VR is really good. The only thing I wish though is that I could get like a proper VR headset, so then I don't have to go through all of this, you know, like setting, you know, up everything like this. I mean, even with a proper VR headset, there's no guarantee that it won't lag. because that's the only thing that I don't like. But it's still absolutely fantastic. If it works, it works. If I have to deal with a few lagging issues, then I guess I'll just have to put up with that. It may be annoying, but if that's what I have to do to play Euro Truck in VR, that's what I'm going to have to put up with. And the reason why I went with the Quest is because, well, software over time will improve. So hopefully, I'm not saying in any guarantee that this will happen, but hopefully over time, software and, like things like that should improve. So then hopefully lagging or like latency issues shouldn't play a factor. But also because the Quest 1 is literally its own VR headset in itself, you can play games on the Quest 1 without the need of a PC, which is again another bonus I like, because I can just play Beat Saber without this even linked up to anything. Another good thing as well is that most VR headsets require a wire as well, and obviously with a setup like mine, there are a bunch of wires already, and I don't really want to be adding in another one. I mean, you can play with a wire. I do have one. It's literally the charging cable, so I think I could probably play with that. But if I can play, wirelessly, that's good enough for me. So, yeah. And as I said, it's just fantastic to absolutely just play, VR games without, a wire or any PC involved. You can literally just run it all off the VR headset. And recording as well. I can either use the display view on, like if I enable the developer mode on the Oculus thing, I can display like a mirror version of my headset in 16:9 aspect ratio as well. So it makes it quite easy for recording as well. I didn't know about that when I had my other VR headset. Well, I say other VR headset. This is actually a replacement one that I had to get. Because my other one, when I turned it on, the screen was just black, so we had to send that back. Well, not send it back, but talk to Oculus and they got it replaced. Took a little bit of a while, but we finally got a new one, so that is good. Or well, I say new one, a replaced one, like a fixed one. I know why it was delayed though. It's because of like a chip shortage thing. So we had to wait for that, and obviously the chip thing or Oculus thing was like made in China and stuff. So yeah, it took a little bit of a while to obviously get restored and things like that. But I've thankfully now got I've got my replacement now, so that is good. I can return to making VR content. Well, I'm not really returning to making VR content, but I can play VR again. Which is good, so I can play all my favorite games, Vader Immortals, Beat Saber, all of those favorite things, and yeah, absolutely loving it. And I can play, F122, ETS, all of those things on my headset, Virtual Rise 3 as well, stuff like that, and have a good time playing it, basically. But again, I do apologize if this is laggier on the recording. It probably is, but I think, you can forgive me. And we're actually already entering Germany, which is interesting. So maybe this isn't actually going to take as well as I thought, or as long as I thought, actually. Just, well, I wouldn't say tailgating. I don't even know what that says. But we are currently stuck behind an Eddie Stobart an Eddie Stobart tanker. I can probably overtake him, but again, my acceleration isn't the best with a double trailer or double articulated trailer. I think it was high value cargo and things like that, so and heavy cargo, but it was bottled water, I do believe it was, so I don't know why that's quite heavy. Maybe we've just got like a bunch of it or something like that. They're taking livestock there. Out of my time of playing Euro Truck, I think the least taken job that I've got is livestock. I can never seem to see it in the in the job market, and I don't know why. I can just never find it in the job market. Right, I might see if I can make a move here. Yeah, I can't because there's a car there. to go for it. Obviously, make sure that we don't exceed the speed limit. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. There's a road event. RTC, I think that is. I think that's the technical term of it. Road traffic collision, I think is what it stands for. That's usually like what they say in like documentaries of things like that. You know, when like police interceptors, ambulance. You know, the TV series, they just call it like emergency services call it an RTC. I just call it car crash. Overtaking the tanker now. All right. I love it how you can just just pull up and just stare at the other driver in the face. Have a chat as you go past. Roll the window down. Okay. I don't know how long we've got left because I've kind of like removed the UI because that can be a little bit interesting to drive with. Probably should go back into this lane because that's where I'm supposed to go. I just didn't know if I had enough clearance with the tanker behind me, but they haven't backed off, so I guess that I do have the right thing. I do have the I think I've got the realistic FOV mod on though for my mirrors, so I'm used to playing in VR with just the stock mirrors, so and because obviously when you're playing in VR everything is closer to your face, your perception of distance is kind of it's not natural to you because I'm used to playing with the screen a little bit further away from me. I'm not used to it being right up in my face, so my perception of distance, like looking in the mirrors, is kind of like a little bit unnatural. But looking at the road dead ahead, this is very natural. It's not, it isn't, you can adapt quickly, especially when you're driving in like a truck, which where everything is quite slow. You can adapt quickly. If you're playing something in like F1 for example, you're traveling at 200 plus kilometers an hour pretty much 80% of the lap, so trying to adapt to that distance now being in your face can get a little bit tricky. But something like VR, you're playing it for 2 minutes, you can easily adapt. But with the speed of the F1 cars, it can take a while to adjust yourself. You can really see like the bumps and stuff. Which is interesting. Right. I, as I said, have no idea how much time I still have going. We have entered Germany, as I said. So I reckon we've probably still got another 7 hours or so, or we've just entered Hamburg right now. I thought maybe I could have seen down there, but I'm not too sure because the taskbar did come up, but I didn't see anything. Oh, train track, look at that. Depot over there, or a siding. Pretty cool. Yeah, I probably reckon we still have about 7 hours to go or something like that. I think we've probably done about 4 hours, I'm not too sure. And that's, another thing when you're playing in VR as well, or when I'm playing in VR, I just drive. And because I'm not recording, I can just drive and drive and drive, I'm constantly thinking, when I'm doing these videos, can I go to a speed up, is there time to do a speed up? Because, I can just go to the speed up right now and then just get over to the destination. But then again, I could have probably been talking for ages and we could literally be like an hour away in real life to the destination. So I don't actually know how long I've got going. So yeah, it's interesting to. I'm just going to take this side. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really like matter like. Oh, I got a bit close to that wall. It doesn't really matter too much, you know, like when I'm not recording, because I can just drive and drive, and not have to really think about these things. I could just do, you know, the thing of, you know, cutting, but I kind of want to get as much, you know, I kind of want to get as much driving into the video as possible, really. But as I said, I don't know how long I've got until the destination. I could have like 7 hours, I could even have 3 or something like that. I'm not too sure. But I've probably rambled on enough, so I will probably just probably cut it. Yeah, that's another thing with the VR, because the headset, you know, the box in front of your face is quite heavy. It's kind of like pushing down on my face, and it kind of like, you know, distorts my my voice a little bit, you know. I don't know if you can tell, but like it's like pushing down on my cheeks, and then my cheeks kind of like fold over my mouth, and it kind of like, I can't raise my voice as much as I want to, you know. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, as I said, I'll probably just go ahead in the video, get over to the destination now. I've talked on long enough. You've probably seen the video, and again, it probably, if it is too lag, you know, if it is a little bit laggy as well, then you probably don't even want to sit through this. So yeah, I will get over to the destination in VR, which is absolutely delightful. I can just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and I'll speak to you guys when we're at the destination. Okay, so we've been driving for a little bit further on down the road now, and oh my gosh, that sun is absolutely blinding. But as you can see on the map, we are near Amsterdam, which means that we are pretty close to Rotterdam, which is where I'm delivering to. So I'm gonna bring back the video here and talk about like the journey a bit more, because there are a few things that I did forget to say at the start. So I think, yeah, you know, as we're approaching the destination, we might as well say them. So we'll go back to that. We'll go to that map mode now. As of recording this video, 1.47 is out, and I said at the start I was back on 1.46. That is because I don't know if Pro Mods have brought out their new version to support 1.47 yet. If they have, then I'll make sure to download that and get it ready for the next video I do on this. But as of recording this video, I don't know if they have it, and I wasn't going to sit through like an hour this morning, you know, trying to download it before recording this video. I literally recorded to, you know, or I literally decided to, you know, record this video probably like 5 minutes before I actually started to hit, you know, before I hit the record button. Another thing I should probably note as well, though, is even though I know I can do VR content on Eurotruck, it doesn't necessarily mean I will do it all the time, because, you know, you got to, you know, take into consideration, you know, having a VR headset on for like 3 hours, you know, while we do one of those incredibly long jobs is not the most comfortable of situations, you know. The max I've probably been on VR for is probably 2 hours, and that did get a little bit too much. Not to the point where I was like feeling ill or anything, you know, nothing like that. Just, it didn't, you know, it was just getting a bit too, you know, like, my head was getting a little bit sore from having the headset on, you know, it was just feeling a little bit, you know, weird. So yeah, the max I've had a VR headset on for is 2 hours. I need to be in this lane, please. Thank you. But I might do, you know, a few, you know, Eurotruck video or a few Eurotruck Simulator VR, you know, videos here and there, but I won't do it all the time. You know, the next couple of Eurotruck videos will probably just be standard, you know, me, you know, just doing the standard jobs and things like that. So yeah, nothing too much, I don't think. But yeah, so yeah, I might as well just let you guys know about that. We need to be staying in this lane because this is the lane we need to be in to go to Rotterdam. Being 50 mile or like 50 mile an hour speed limits all the time, so yeah. I'm not a fan of those sun rays, because you know this. Even though I said that this or the game has a VR supported version, it's not made for VR, so the light rays can be a little bit unrealistic at times. And you know, throughout the journey, I've had to literally drive like this to get the light rays out of the out of the where the game camera should be, because it just didn't feel right. You know, in real life, you would just go blind probably. Are you gonna actually let me go? Yes. Again, that's what I mean. You know, I don't know what the distance is, because you know, obviously, I'm using a double trailer as well, so I don't know fully exactly where the end of my trailer is. I'm not really used to driving double trailers. But I can start to see Rotterdam on the minimap, and I think I've just seen the place where we're delivering to on that map as well. So yeah, we should be arriving there pretty soon. Thankfully, the sun rays are over to my right there, so yeah, looking towards the left shouldn't be an issue. But I think they're actually going to go behind us now, so once again, that is good. It's becoming evening now, though, so yeah, we shouldn't have to drive in the night. We should be done, of this journey before nighttime. We started in the morning, and we do like a 9 to 5 job or something. Perfect hour shifts, I would say. Even though this job took 11 hours, probably 12 or something like that. And because we turned off fatigue simulation, we don't have to sleep, we don't have to take any sort of breaks. Good. Right, so in order to get into Rotterdam, we just need to take a right turning into the actual centre, and then just take a left into the depot. That's literally what I'm seeing. Not too bad.
Keep right, then turn right.
I don't actually know how many times I've been to like Rotterdam in pro mods and things like that.
Turn right.
Bit cloudy over there.
Keep right, then turn right.
Right, I'm taking this then, because I'm not going onto the motorway.
Turn right.
Oh, the sun's there again. Go away, sun. The first time, I don't want sun. Actually, to be honest, I've never really liked sun.
Then turn right.
If I had to choose between summer or winter, I would personally choose winter.
Turn right.
Because I like cold rather than, hot, because, if you're cold, you can just put on a few more layers. But when it's like really hot, the only layer that you can go down to, that you can't uncover is, well, clothless basically. And yeah. That's why I prefer winter, because you can just put on more layers. If you're cold. And I just like the season in general as well. I like snow. It's Christmas that time as well, so yeah. Good season for it as well. Very magical. Nice to see some like Christmas lights as well. I always like going on the light trails, seeing how creative people have been with their Christmas lights and stuff. Alright, what is exactly going on here? Oh, it's tracks. Alright then, never mind. I need to be in this lane now. Alright, I'm turning into here. I'll let that car go. Come on. Alright then, thanks then. Probably should have seen that they were probably slowing down for me, but it's fine.
Turn right.
Alright. Oh, a cycling path. That's quite cool.
Left.
Right, so we are practically there now. We just need to take a left into here, basically. But yeah, I love doing this job in VR. This is probably, you know, as close as you're going to get it to like being nearly, you know, like real life. Obviously, you're not going to get it exactly real life, are you? You know, maybe adding an emotion rig as well probably will make it a bit more realistic. But having a big heavy box, you know, on your face for quite some time isn't really the best, is it? But there we go. I didn't have my lights on for the entire thing, but there we go. Excellent rating. 11 hours, 30 minutes dead on, which is good. And as you can see, 41,000 will gain another level as well to level 58. 512 miles. We've only consumed 263 litres. So yeah, I'd say probably a job well done. So as I said, that is probably going to be the end of this video. As I said, I probably won't do another VR or another Euro Truck video in VR for probably some time, as I kind of want to rest my face for a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more content as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. But until then, take care and peace out.